Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Listen. Hey everybody. Can y'all hear me? Shit. I mean, it don't matter if y'all can or not, because I can't really see you guys. So because I don't, I can't see a chat or anything. So we're gonna have to work on that. That's another thing we're gonna have to work on, is that I need to be able to see some type of chat during this live. Okay. So what's going on, everybody? This is my very first live, like legit live, from my website, BondyBlueShow.com. And I recognize that a lot of people are not going to be here. I recognize that. But I am going to cut this up and put this on YouTube as well for everybody. But I had some stuff that I wanted to talk to everybody about because, girl, I feel like I was waiting to do everything on the site. And now we're on the site. So hopefully this goes well. Hopefully you guys are hearing and seeing me clearly, because I have no clue. So let's go ahead and start. So first of all, let's start here. I've been noticing Kim and Kanye on social media. First of all, I feel like Kanye wants everybody to care about him and his new girlfriend so badly. I don't even know the girl's name. I know she a model. I also know I don't care. I know there's that. Okay? So, huh? Yeah, she's white.
Wasn't you the nigga that said when he get on?
Listen. So is Kim. Kim is white. Yeah. He hasn't been with a black girl since honestly, I'm not even going to say Amber. I'm going to say before Amber, the girl he was with when he first came into the industry. But either way, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about what's been going on currently with Kim and Kanye. So Kanye decided to post this very weird screenshot of his daughter while she was on TikTok. Everybody has already been talking about the fact that Lil North be on TikTok doing the absolute fucking most, okay? But she's a little girl, and her family are the Kardashians. Are you expecting her not to be on social media? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But either way, if there's anybody in here right now that is also in the Discord, can y'all create something on the forum maybe? I don't know, but I want to see if y'all are here, and I want to see what y'all are saying. So hold up. Okay, so y'all, let's see. Before I really get into it all. Hold up. Okay, so because I don't see one. And let's see if I can create this form. All right, so we're talking about the BondyBlue Show. I'm just going to title it BondyBlue Show and then the date like this one is. Y'all know I had that whole title, but I've had to redo that title so many times. I'm over it. So I'm just going to put the date. Okay, I'm going to put the date. I'm going to open this general discussion post, and I want you guys to be in the forum, okay? Those of you who can be. I know that free members can't, but y'all can, y'all can't type nothing. That's sad. This is why, y'all should be members. Especially while it's, for the low. Only the members can chat. Yes, Q, I just said that. He got me on a delay, though. There's hopefully only a 5-second delay. I can't really tell. Okay, we're good though. My web developer Quentin is telling me I'm good. Okay, hold up. I'm trying to start this discussion board, but it's giving me a little bit of a time on spaces for some reason. But either way, y'all are telling me y'all can see me, so we'll continue on. So Kanye wrote this post saying, since this is my first divorce, because we're assuming there are going to be more, I need to know, what should I do about my daughter being on TikTok against my will? What do you mean against your will? What do you mean against your will? Like, that's so weird. You are the only one that is in control of yourself and can say against my will. Like, That's a very weird statement to say about someone who is separate from yourself. You're doing something against my will. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. Nobody words it in that way. They'll feel like, y'all got my little girl on here too much. I feel like she's on here too much. I'm not comfortable with it. I would really, really like to know what to do about limiting my daughter's time on social media. But see, then that would mean that something was actually connecting in Kanye's mind when he's not talking about music. And it's obvious that when Kanye is not talking about music, Kanye doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, okay? Because there was a better way to do this, and I don't understand why you have to take your issues and your co-parenting situation to social media as if we're gonna do something about it. And it makes me feel like you're setting everyone up to attack your baby mother, to attack your wife. And I don't know why, because only a few weeks ago you were begging for Kim to come back. Kimberly, come back. And she was like, no, I'm back with white men, okay? And the funny part about it is it was a transition into white men. It was an absolute transition into white men because Pete Davidson is a transition. He's not a real white boy as far as I'm concerned. I mean, can I say that? Yeah, I'm going to turn my camera off real quick. Don't think anything's wrong. I'm just, I'm not ready yet. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I'm still on camera. It doesn't matter. It's my site. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay, there we go. Anyway, y'all, as I was saying, Pete Davidson with his black people lips, okay, we didn't know. We was wondering for a real long time if he was black or white, because we didn't know. We wondered, is it interracial? What is it? Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me gather myself back into this Discord. Hey, Elaine, I see you, honey. It looks and sounds great. Thank you. I'm so glad. Okay. So, Kim then responded, right? Because you ain't about to play with Kim on social media like that. Because if anybody got this social media game on lock, it's Kim. Okay? So Kim came out there and said, Kanye's constant attacks on me in interviews and on social media is actually more hurtful than any TikTok North might create. As the parent who is the main provider and caregiver for our children, I am doing my best to protect our daughter while also allowing her to express her creativity in the medium that she wishes with adult supervision. And I'm just kind of like, adult supervision, Kim? Girl, okay, the nannies, the maids, all right, girl. Because it brings her so much happiness. Like, leave my daughter alone, And she said, divorce is difficult enough on our children. And Kanye's obsession with trying to control and manipulate our situation so negatively and publicly is also causing further pain for all. From the beginning, I have wanted nothing but a healthy and supportive co-parenting relationship because it is what is best for our children. And it saddens me that Kanye continues to make it impossible every step of the way. The reality star concludes her post stating, hopefully he can finally respond to the third attorney he has had in the last year to resolve any issues amicably. Okay, see complete statement below. Now, here's my thing, right? Because Kanye came out with another statement after that, and child, let me pull out, where's the Instagram? Okay, where's the Instagram? Someone said, why aren't people commenting on the live? I can't with Kim, white women voice. I don't know why people aren't commenting on the live. I think some people, if they're watching it on their phones, may not have the capability to be in the chat. Y'all know we still figuring this out now. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. But hold up, because I am going to look at my Instagram right quick because I saved it on my Instagram because there was continued conversation between Kim and Kanye throughout the weekend. Okay? Okay. So Kanye said, what do you mean by main provider? America saw you trying to kidnap. Okay, he said kidnap, two different words. Nigga, what? Yeah. Kidnap is one word, Kanye. What's going on? Anyway, kidnap my daughter on her birthday by not providing the address. Sir, that is not kidnapping. Someone get him under a conservatorship. Like, he needs a conservatorship. You put security on me inside of the house to play with my son, then accuse me of stealing. I had to take a drug test after Chicago's party because you accused me of being on drugs. Tracy Romulus, stop manipulating Kim to be this way. What is wrong with you, Kanye? What is wrong with you, sir? Hold up. Wait a goddamn minute. Lyric, where's the blue mic? Okay? Where's the blue mic? Lyric, you took it out of here. I need the blue mic back because this is a blue mic moment. Kanye, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay? Listen, first of all, Kanye, she means main provider because you're out of touch, don't want to take medication ass cannot be. Why are you not getting my mic? Why are you not? I know. Can you get the mic? You're also a part of production, nigga. You can't be watching on a job. Go get the microphone. You shouldn't have moved it in the first place. Trying to be funny all the time, talking about be Pacific. Nigga, the word is specific. Okay, only on the website will I get in lyrics ass like this. Okay, so first of all, you are not the main provider because you cannot be relied upon, and that's common sense. Anybody that has been watching this shit show can see that. My only issue with Kim though is like, Kim, what did you think? Kim, what did you think? I really want Kim to eventually, thank you so much. I want Kim, I like the way you tried to do that just then. You wish. Go to hell. Anyway, Kim, what did you think was going to happen when you decided to have all of these children by a man that you yourself has called unstable? Unstable. Why? I need someone to explain to me why someone would build a family, children and all, with a person that is obviously not all there, for lack of a better term, in the moment. I'm trying to find a better word to describe someone that you can't talk to, someone you can't reason with, someone who decides at any given moment they want to be on complete bullshit, which is outside of reality, and we're just supposed to go along with it because they're a genius named Kanye. Go to hell. But Kimberly, you did this to yourself. You decided to have children with this man for what reason other than the fact that he was a musician and his dick was big? Can someone tell me? And he was black, I'm sorry. Let's not forget the biggest pool. Rich, black, big dick. What? And the fact that he was high profile. Are we gonna act like that wasn't a part of the whole situation? Why haven't y'all dated any low-key rich black men? There are some. It's very obvious that you are using these black men to up your profile, okay? Yes. Now, do I believe that the usage only runs one way? No, because they also know that this gives them a leeway into white America. Okay? The Kardashians are literally on the line between black and white America, and all of you people that like to float back and forth depending on how y'all feeling that day and whose song is popping on the radio and all of that. Okay? Who's appropriating the culture today? Okay? Because we all know it's us on this side creating all of the fucking, culture. And then it's y'all on this side being mad at the culture, but then coming over here to steal it and then running right back. That's what it feels like a lot of the time, And a lot of you, black men that want to make it to a certain place, to the top, wherever that top may be, okay? You want to make it to the top and you feel like a white woman in white culture is the way to get to the top, which I do not begrudge you that, considering the fact we are in a system of racism and that's the way it's set up. But it seems fucked up because it seems kind of whorish. Kanye, it's a little thottish. It's a little thottish. Yeah. You were Kanye beforehand, sure. But the Kanye now and the Kanye we all knew and loved before, Kim, is no more. He's no more. Right around, what was it, Nightmares and Daydreams, whatever the fuck the album was. In the night. Like, yeah, it's over. He's not there anymore. Knock, knock. Kim, you did it to yourself. Yeah, she did it to herself. But I also don't like the way he handles her. Like, that doesn't make it right. Okay, listen. Too wrong don't make it right. But you decided to marry that nigga, so this is where you are. So even though, like, I would feel bad, like I would, but I don't. I don't at all. I feel like this is on you, sis. And you'll figure it out because you're Kim. You're Kim. And at some point, a judge is going to be able to look into those, you know, those beautiful brown eyes surrounded by white skin, and they're going to look at Kanye sitting over there in his sunglasses, or look at the seat that he's supposed to be sitting in, but his ass isn't there. And they're going to be like, you know what, Kim, you don't have to deal with this. You don't have to deal with this. And he won't have any rights. I don't know why he's doing this to himself. Honestly, he's making himself look bad. And if they actually have to take this shit to court, real nigga shit, Kim is going to win. And I want her to. Unfortunately, this is how a lot of these things happen. It's so funny because I'm thinking about it. Let me go back because I have something to say. You notice a lot of the time when things like this end up happening in interracial relationships, when they break apart, the children have a disconnect from their black family members. They have a disconnect from their blackness. When these interracial relationships don't work out, when they have children as a result. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why his mental health should have absolutely been a factor when Kim decided to have children with him. And I feel like she was not thinking about that at all. Because now, not only is your child going to have to deal with the being, famous, which is eventually going to cause issue. Outside of the being, if it hasn't already, outside of the fame, the child is interracial, biracial, and interracial parents. Okay. But now you have a father that is mentally unstable. So a lot of his family is gone. He's mentally unstable. How is he going to provide going forward more of her learning about who she is as a half black young woman? There's going to be a disconnect there. Okay. And of course, Kim hangs around black people, so it may not be as bad, but we all know that the parents are supposed to be responsible for the educating of the child as it pertains to their family line and their heritage and all of that. Okay. I mean, some of y'all may not do that in y'all families, but in my family, like, yeah, you need to know this is the side of the family with this and, all of that type of stuff. And you have an understanding of that family and you spend time with that side of the family, and you go to the other side of the family, spend time, time with that side of the family and all of these things. So you learn your family members and you become a part of them, and y'all become a part of each other, whether you are different, or not. There is still a connectedness there. So she won't have that. None of the kids will really have that. They'll have each other, but they won't have any connectedness, I feel like, to their blackness by way of their father, because I don't think he is able to really give that to them in a real way, because the nigga is all over the place mentally. So you can't trust whatever he's going to tell them is going to be the truth of what the experience is and what life is really like, because Kanye is on some other shit. He went from understanding to now having this break in his mind where he's going back and forth between what he believes to be true, what he understands about himself in this moment as a black man that's rich in Kanye, and then what it's like to be a black person and what he was raised and taught to understand. All of those things are happening at the same time in his mind, and they're fighting for dominance. Okay? So at the end of the day, there are going to be so many issues that their kids are going to have because of them not really thinking about what this was going to look like when it all fell apart. And that's why people need to think about things like that. Y'all be at the beginning of relationships, marriages, and families and shit talking about, no, we're going to stay together forever. All right, stupid motherfucker, wait and see. But this is why you should think about who you have children with. Because I think the writing was on the wall when Kim and Kanye got together, that if y'all ever got into a place where he was no longer drinking your bathwater as he was doing when y'all got together, he was going to be extremely difficult to co-parent with. Like, you did it to yourself, my girl. All right, so like I said, let's go ahead and move on to Nicki Minaj and the City Girls. Okay, so I talked about this briefly before, you guys. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, from what I understand about this situation, the city girls are now being very apologetic about things that they were saying online before they became famous, and maybe shit talking that they were doing after the fact. I'm not sure, but we all know that Nicki has beef with girls in the industry based off of if they are cool with, do music with people that she doesn't like. Everybody's acting like that. I think the city girls are acting like that too. From what I heard, the city girls got mad at Meg because of the WAP video. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't on the WAP video, on that song, which honestly I feel like y'all really could have put them on that song. That would have been fire as fuck. But even if y'all weren't, that's okay. Y'all don't need to be on every fucking song. Like, y'all don't all need to do every song together. So I feel like there should be no real beef with one another as it pertains to what songs y'all are deciding to do and who y'all are deciding to do songs with. The only time I have an issue is when I feel like people are problematic in real life. Like, if I'm Meg, I don't want to work with people that are going to work with Tory Lanez at this point. Because now, like, for instance, I would never do a song with the baby's bitch ass again. Never again. Never again will you make money off of me. I'll be good goddamned, okay? This situation with Nicki and them, I feel like, is Nicki wants her ass to be kissed further. It's not enough ass kissage. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, Nicki is at a place where Nicki needs to stop doing this type of shit. I'm sorry. Nicki, you're the queen of rap at this moment. Why are you even doing all of this little girl shit? Girl, go make your fucking music and come out and hit everybody in the head with your music. Like, that would do it. To me, if Nicki came out with like an album out of nowhere, like maybe 12 tracks, straight fucking hitters. She don't even have to have any honestly, I would put out the album with not a fucking feature, just to prove that I don't need none of you motherfuckers on my songs. Because everybody knows that Nicki's best songs are usually the ones that she's done with somebody else. Okay? Sorry, y'all. Monster. Give me another one. Give me another one that was like a really, I mean, there was so many of them. Even Moment for Life wasn't her by herself. You know what I'm saying? There were a whole bunch of songs that she did that had Drake or Wayne or, you know, any of them other fucking rappers, y'all. I'm sorry. You know, I can't think of everybody at the same time. But I really do feel like if Nicki was on that real shit like she should be, instead of on these fucking antics and this online bullshit that she likes to do, you're talking to Kevin Samuels. Who the fuck cares about, you know, Kevin Samuels as it pertains to you? Like, nobody cares about him when we come in to talk to you. So it's just, it's antics. Instead of making some good music and just hitting us upside the head with some good music, you need to just be hitting up all of these producers that these girls are working with. If the Beat Live, you know, Lil Juke made it, you need to call that nigga. That's what you need to do. Instead of worrying about getting on tracks with these little girls and these little niggas and, you know, Lil Baby and all of them, you really need to just be getting with their producers, making your own shit in secret, coming out with some hot shit, hitting them charts, and then everybody gonna want to jump on your dick again, and then you can decide who you want to do songs with. But right now, you're sitting on a throne with nobody around you, is how it feels. Like, you're sitting on a throne and you're talking to your minions, and it's like, this is pathetic. Like, this is pathetic. I'm sorry, y'all. The city girls don't need a Nicki Minaj feature at this point. The city girls are shitting on everybody with their lackluster, you know, music. I say lackluster because they're not better rappers than Nicki in any shape. Like, they're not even close. Babe, can you get the charger to my computer? I'm sorry, it's about to die. We don't want the live to end. I had a lot going on, babe. You try to handle all this shit at one time and tell me how you do. Anyway, my chick bad. That's one of the good ones, DeQuasia. I don't care for Nicki, so I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Jamia, that's too funny. But I really do feel like the city girls don't need a Nicki Minaj feature. The city girls really don't need to be on anybody's song, if you ask me. Now, you can ask other people. They could tell you something different. But as far as I'm concerned, the city girls don't need to work with anybody. They really can just get them hot beats. You know, do they, you know, I ain't really on beat, but you like the way I talk music. And everybody gonna listen to it because that's what's been happening. I mean, yeah, they get on. I like when they get on records with the dudes. Yeah, get on records with the other guys and all of that shit. You know, Yo Gotti and YFN Lucci and, you know, all of them niggas, whatever. Okay? Cause that saying something is my shit. Okay, period. Bitch, I'm the shit. Take on my wrist. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? The Migos, they need to work with their contemporaries. They don't need to work with anybody that is considered, you know, a legend. They don't need to work with rap gods. They don't, honestly. Because if you look at it, Nicki really devalues herself. And I don't know why she does this. She really is on the level of the rap gods. She is. Nicki is a fucking rap god, y'all. It is what it is. I view her in the same respect as I view people like Nas and Jay-Z. I really, really do. When it comes to the talent, the longevity, the fandom, the actual ability to rap, she's on that level for me. She don't think she on that level, obviously. I ain't never seen Beyonce out here like, yeah, I wanted to do music with Rihanna. But she was acting crazy. You ain't never heard Beyonce get up on nobody platform and bitch out about nobody not wanting to do music with her. You know why? Because she is the queen. She is the queen. She is the queen and she doesn't need to do that. That's just what it is. And so I often, you know, like Nicki just always makes me feel like, girl, why are you lowering yourself? Like, that conversation shouldn't have never happened. You should always be flying above all your haters. Shout out to Candy. Like, when you get to a certain level, you really should be above that shit. That's why people love Mariah Carey so much. Because Mariah Carey can shade the fuck out of you and still be above you while she's doing that. Who's that? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Beautiful gowns. Aretha, beautiful gowns. Beautiful, beautiful gowns. That's the way you be up here while shading motherfuckers down there without looking like a complete asshole, okay? Like, that's what you should, to me, that's what she should be handling like what? If you're going to, girl, what? No, I don't have an issue with the girls at all. They're great. I love them. I love them. They're great. Yeah, I mean, listen, whenever our calendars can link up, when we get some hot shit, tell the girls to call me. They already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, either do it or don't do it, but don't get online and do all of this, like, pump fake shit that you like to do. It's just stupid. But people don't want to give her that kind of recognition. They rather say that to a Cardi B or a Megan. I mean, listen, I don't know. I think that, honestly, I'm loving Cardi and Meg and Doja and the City Girls. You know, like, all of the girls are popping right now, and I'm here for it. And the one thing that I really like about this generation is that they're doing music together. And because they do music together, they songs be popping. The songs that Meg and the City Girls have together, the song that Cardi and Meg have together, the song that Cardi and the City Girls have together. Like, now we just need a song with all of you bitches on it, like an old school ladies night. Kill it real one time for us. But the fact that they've all done music together really worked in their favor versus what Nicki did, which was to stomp everybody out, be the only one, and then only create music with niggas that's only cool with you because they want to fuck you. Or make money off of you. Because when you turn around, you're not getting invited to the parties and shit. I've always felt like Nicki ended up playing herself by being so male identified. Shout out to Erica De Niro. But Nicki being so male identified, and what I mean by that is being a woman that really does kind of cape for niggas more than women. We've seen it with her, the way she defends, you know, all of these men that commit rape shit. You can just really tell that while she was in her music career, she caping for the Drakes of the world who really like to play and all of this bullshit, you know, like, you know, oh, I like you and I want to fuck you and talk about it. Like, a lot of the shit that them niggas was doing to Nicki, y'all, to say that they was squad was disrespectful as fuck. And they will only get away with that shit because she was a black woman. And then she would allow it because she's male identified. And now we're at the end of the decade of everybody's careers, the first decade of everybody's careers. And you can tell that they don't really fuck with her like that. They have the mutual respect because everybody understands where they are in this industry. But ultimately, the respect behind the scenes, I don't think is there. And then she go and get with this nigga, and I think they felt like, that was another thing that was beneath them, as a clique, like as a production nigga, like, as a set in a crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do feel like, Nicki should have been more about herself. She should have been more about her own development. She should have been more about herself as a woman, and then in respect women, period. Like, it really should have been in that mind frame. That's the mind frame Beyonce took. I want y'all to understand that. Most women, whenever they really start to focus in on themselves and what is good for them as women versus making decisions like the ass shots, not being authentic to who she was as a person, allowing them to dictate what her image was in such a great way off rip, like, even though you don't have all of the power, you still should retain something that is for yourself and for you as a woman. And because she's so male identified, I think she was happy to go along with certain things that were detrimental to who she is as a woman and as an artist. So now we look at the longevity of your career, and now you want to pull it back on the sex. Now you want to, try to clean it up. And it's like nobody, gives a fuck. Like, either do it or don't do it. Like, whatever you're going to do it or don't do it. But it doesn't have the same weight that it would have had she worked on herself personally. Had she really been about her art. And I mean this in a way of reflective of who I am and how I think and how I feel, versus how everybody's going to perceive me, how everybody's going to look at me, what the men want to see when they look at me, what the women want to envy when they look at me. Like, she's thinking about it from that standpoint versus the development that happens when you really start working on yourself as a woman, and therefore the things that you work on flourish. That's the way this shit go. I've seen many women saying that same shit, and I feel like it's the same thing that happened with me. My therapist said it to me. Okay, I just saw Besa. Y'all know Besa Gordon. If you don't know, she is a radio show host in Seattle, but she started on YouTube, and she, one of my girls, she's been on the Ooh Ladies First panel, gave us a really, really great interview, one of our best ones, if not the best. Had such a great time with her. But she posted this week, she's been flourishing in her career. And she posted and was like, whenever you really start to focus on yourself as a woman and what's good for you, how all the things that you wanted to manifest for yourself start to come to fruition because you really started to focus in on yourself as a person and getting better as you are. And because I feel like Nicki has never done that, there is a lack of depth. There is a lack of depth to her career. And so the City Girls don't need a Nicki Minaj feature at this point. They don't. And that's just that on that. Okay? So let's go ahead and move on from there, you guys. Let's go ahead and talk about the whoopies of the Goldberg. Okay, child, listen, the irony of getting in trouble with the Jewish community when you changed your name from Karen Johnson to Whoopi Goldberg because you knew people would be more accepting of a Jewish sounding name than a black one like Karen Johnson. The irony to now be being suspended and having to forego almost $200,000, not quite. I think $192,000 or something like that, and a 2-week suspension for saying something that was not meant to be like offensive. Like, people offend black people all the fucking time on purpose and with flagrant ignorance of life in America. Okay? Like, y'all been living here and y'all don't know anything that's going on. Whoopi says that the Holocaust was about inhumanity and not about race. And y'all got mad because y'all want so badly to hold on to your status in the oppression Olympics while simultaneously also still holding your power in whiteness. Child, y'all kill me. The way y'all slapped the fuck out Nick Cannon for stating a motherfucking historical fact about the difference in ethnicity. Okay, so since we're on my website right now, I guess I'll just, tell y'all what I feel is true and what I've read about this. And what I understand is that Jewish people, essentially the first Jews, were black Jews, okay? Jewish is a religion, okay? Jew is a religion. It's not Jewish, it's actually Jew. Jewish is what the Caucasian Jew people call themselves because they are Jewish, okay? And not Jew, all right? Not really. The original Jews were in Africa. The Caucasian people came to, damn it, I forgot the country in Africa. I want to say Israel. But they came there. I'm probably wrong about it. Fact check me, people. But either way, white people come, adopt religion, then become those people, basically, as if those people were never there, okay? Then go back to Europe, all right? And then we have, hundreds of years later, we have the Holocaust situation happen. Those people are still, as far as we're concerned, white because whiteness was a creation. It's a social construct. It's not a real thing. People are not really white. People are Russian. People are European as far as like French. They're Spaniard, Spanish, but, Spaniard because Spaniard is supposed to be white and Spanish is supposed to be like the language and probably more considered to people that are more probably brown and less white because y'all know, but we all know that goes even deeper than that. That's about colonization. All of those European countries colonized places and therefore their people mixed with indigenous people and African people. That's basically it, okay? But it's different as we know it now versus what it was back then. But even in the fucking 50s, when the Holocaust took place, not the 50s, what am I talking about? Was it the 50s? Y'all, I'm fucking up. I don't want to be wrong about the time periods because then people gonna feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And just because I can't remember like these specifics in the moment, it doesn't mean I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And generally, y'all adopted something that another group of people had and then acted like those people never existed. And now whenever we talk about Jewish people, whenever we talk about how y'all are perceived as white, it seems as if it's some offense to y'all that y'all were, like we're being offensive to Jewish people by saying that y'all adopted that from black people, which a lot of white people adopted shit from black people. So why is that offensive to the point of her being, and that's not even what she said, but y'all fucked over Nick Cannon. He had to cry like a bitch to get Wild and Out back, and it's still not the way it was beforehand, which makes us sad. But it really does feel like y'all get to smack the fuck out of people for saying the truth. Like that's what it feels like to black people. You are not white to us because y'all have been able to have a place in society where you oppress us. As Jewish people have had the power in America to oppress black people. So I'm sorry, to us, you are white. So when we look at something like the Holocaust, we're not seeing it from the point of race relations because some of y'all could just color your hair and then we feel like nobody would know. That's how we feel about it because we've experienced Jewish people the same way we've experienced white people. There is no difference to us. Your skin color is what we see and that's what we understand. Now, Whoopi understands the difference of that. She does. Whoopi said it was about humanity because she's saying overall. That wasn't a wrong statement. That wasn't even a fucked up statement. Overall, this is about inhumanity because they would keep moving the goalposts. Hitler himself was half Jew. He was half Jewish. I believe his mother was Jewish. So at the end of the day, you're taking the ideals of a crazy person and putting them into all of these people about blue eyes and blonde hair and genetics and who's better. And we all know that's a lie. We all know that's a lie. Okay? I mean, because we can look at it today and see who's procreating at a high rate and who's having a little bit of a problem. Okay? So I'm just saying, Whoopi didn't say anything wrong, but somehow, because Jewish people are in control of entertainment, I'm sorry, but that's what it seemed like when Nick Cannon said what he said and VH1 snatched his shit down. It seemed like, okay, so Jewish people must be in control of Viacom. And they must be in control of NBC because Whoopi and, you know, gets suspended for 2 weeks for saying that the Holocaust was inhumane. Like, come on. Come on. And then now we have this revisionist history shit where y'all want to rewrite history and teach our children that slavery was just a trip we took to, you know, and we had agreed for 7 years to work for y'all. Oh, yeah? Explain King Leopold's ghost and y'all tricking the kings of Africa into sending their princes over for education and somehow they ended up in slavery. Explain that then. They're literally rewriting our history in our face and then telling us that we can't make their little children feel uncomfortable with the truth of what they've done. That's what they're telling us. But God forbid Whoopi Goldberg get on television and say that the Holocaust was about inhumanity, as if that was a wrong statement. It just basically tells black people over and over again, what happened to you doesn't matter. So shut the fuck up. But then at the same time, I have to look at Whoopi like, Whoopi, you made so many decisions in your career that felt like you were trying to separate yourself from black people. Your name, Ted Danson, sitting there smiling at him as he did blackface, saying nigga, nigga, nigga over and over again. There was so many things, y'all, that Whoopi has done over the years, you know. But Whoopi is such an amazing talent that you forget. That's the good thing about being an amazingly talented person, is that you have the power to make people forget about how fucked up you can be sometimes. Cause y'all think about it. Celie is not Whoopi Goldberg, y'all. Celie is not Whoopi Goldberg, okay? I'm telling you the truth. So we're about to move on, but before we move on, I'm gonna try to play my like video. Let's see how this works out. There is no actual way to like the video anymore, but I still want to play it. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Listen, I know it's not like on, because I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm going to cut this up and put this on YouTube. So, you know, y'all will be able to, you know, people will be able to see it on YouTube eventually. But, you know, I just made a new one and I wanted y'all to see it. Whatever. I hope y'all thought it was cute. Whatever. So we're moving on, you guys. We're moving on, and we're moving on from Whoopi to the Nick Cannon of it all. Okay, so y'all, Nick Cannon was on TV because he got a show. They still giving him a show. Can I have some more coffee, my love? Okay. And Nick Cannon announced, you know what? Where's the original? Because if I can find the original, I can play it. But he announced that he had another baby, baby number 8. Okay. Yes, y'all, Nick Cannon will now have 8 children, okay? 8 children, all right? And he announced that 8th child while simultaneously mentioning that he had lost his other child, Zen, recently. That child passed away. And he referenced it in a way that pissed a lot of people off, basically. So I'm going to read to you guys what the Jasmine brand is saying, and then we'll play the clip. So one thing about Nick Cannon is that he's always going to show love to the mothers of his children. After Alyssa Scott, the mother of his recently passed son Zen, posted on her Instagram with a statement that seemingly addressed the commotion surrounding her new baby announcement, TV personality Nick Cannon used his self-titled daytime talk show to make a formal apology to everyone. Okay, now let me go and read to y'all what she said, okay? So, oh, here's Nick's, hold on, I think that, yeah, here it is, I'm about to play it.
And I gotta say, I do feel good today, man. I'm gonna share some stuff with you, but
hopefully y'all can hear that.
Journey, I am in a positive space, and I'm in a great space, and we got a lot to discuss. So, glad my family is here with me. You guys ready for this pick of the day?
Okay.
All right, y'all. So here it is. I never usually use my own personal pictures as pick of the day, but today I have to do it because I want to share this beautiful, extraordinary moment.
Okay, speed through.
When I talk about just the love that you have for a child, whether it's a child that hearing and reading what people say about me, and look, y'all, it definitely affects me because I'm a human being, and we get on here live television and we want to talk about just. Sometimes we get at a loss of words because you want to put on the show, but you want to be real, you want to be honest, you want to be vulnerable, and I don't have all the answers. And it's hard sometimes because, I hear people say, oh, they think I'm crazy or there's something's wrong with me, or even more so when they say like I'm careless or irresponsible and selfish.
You are.
And so, as you guys know, I'm very open with it.
I'm
seeking and dealing with therapy. You know what I mean? Just to build myself up for a long time, and I got a chance to,
Has it been working?
With one of my therapists who's been here for me before in so many occasions, Dr. Laura Berman, and she gave me a book over the weekend that really touched me. It's called Dying to Be Me by Anita Morjani, and it's a powerful book. I want to talk about it even more on another occasion, but at its core, this book was about true healing and how having a new lease on life can guide us all through journeys that we're faced with, because I know, family, we've all had experiences and situations where we don't have all the answers, and we have to rely on a higher power. We have to rely on that extraordinary strength, and I always say, like, you never know how strong you are, to being strong is your only option. Or I always say, we pray before each and every show. I was like, God, whole process was extremely difficult for me because I've known about Bree's pregnancy.
Here we go.
For a while now, even before my youngest son Zen passed in December, and so even going through all of that, this was always in the back of my mind. Like, when is the right time? How do I share this? We didn't expect Zen to pass away. We didn't, all of the news was so unexpected. So to kind of figure out a chronological order or a hierarchy, it kept me up at night. And that was, I always talk about the guilt that I felt, in losing Zen, and even from, how to deal with this for my other children. And that was a lot of the guilt as well, too. The guilt for everyone involved. And I just really want to say thank you to every one of my family members who've just been so understanding and helping me through this process, because it's weird. Like, what do you do? I wanted to definitely respect the grieving process with Alyssa, and Bree was respectful enough to she held off making her announcements and speaking on social media.
And see, that's why that's why you don't go around fucking all these women and impregnating all of them, because they have to then not talk about their pregnancy and be happy about their pregnancy because one of the 8 other women that you've gotten pregnant has just lost a child. So now she has to not speak about her pregnancy in the way that she would, because she has to show reverence for all of these other women that you have fucking children with. Do you see how insane this is? And y'all gonna sit up there and act like this is something that niggas should be out here doing? Like Nick Cannon is having a dream. He's living a dream by being able to pass his seed, okay, on to all of these different people, to all of these different women, leaving all of these broken homes, and now having one woman feel like absolute shit because you have to reference your child that passed away with her when you talk about the new baby you've had with the next bitch. Y'all, this is insane, and everybody's acting like it's not. And so, let's see. Old girl posted to her page. Hold up. She said, I wanted to thank every single person who has messaged or thought of me over the course of these last few months. I always say Zen expanded my heart in ways I never thought possible. He filled that space with compassion, knowing I would need that most. It is painful having my son be a part of conversations that aren't in alignment with his light and legacy. It isn't something I choose for him or myself. It's important for me to let you all know I am centered. I am at peace. I look at everyone's predicament with loving eyes. I will not judge. I will consciously decide what I will participate in. I am surrounded by love. God, my mom, dad, sister, brother, and daughter continue to carry me. Not Nick, though. And see, that's the thing. These women only have value as long as they have had one of your children and that child is still alive, because then they have no real value to you. And I wonder how you are supporting her, if at all, in the loss of y'all's child together. Because I'm trying to figure out how you would even have the motherfucking time, considering all of your responsibilities and all of the other children. Like, it's a mess. It's a mess. And then you get up here and you cry and get mad about the way people are seeing you. But this is what you're projecting, Nick. It's what you're projecting. It's what you're giving. And it's sad. It's sad because you were supposed to be the smart one. Huh? It's a sexy cup.
I think I might be able to try to do some designs.
Oh, okay. Okay, y'all. Lyric is trying to make foam designs. What is that? What is that? G? What is that? Was that a B? What is that? A love? Was it a heart? What is that?
I know it's just interesting how the colors look. I ain't tried to make that note. It just look cool. But it would be interesting on
Okay. Y'all, Nick is a mess, okay? And so Nick came out and apologized for just basically having a stream of consciousness while on national television talking about death and a birth all at once in a way that I don't think should have been talked about on television. It should have been, announce new baby, move on. Because we've already heard about the new baby, Nick. You didn't have to, tell us. We already heard. This is why you don't do stuff like this, y'all. But let's go ahead and move on, y'all. All the girls at the party, look at that body, shaking that thing like you never did see. Got a nice package, all right, because I'm going to have to ride it tonight. Okay, so, y'all, I actually did make notes for the Janet Jackson documentary, and I'm going to speed fire read them off to you. And then we're just going to, briefly discuss how I feel about it. So I want y'all to comment in the Discord if you can, and just let me know, y'all thoughts on this. I'm actually going to, let's see, because I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. So let's see. We can go, because I'm going to try to see if I can give this to some of y'all in some type of way. Because I see there are 26 of y'all on the site right now. Hey. Oh my God, I love it. This is amazing that you guys are all here. I love it. We have guys to get this chat situation together because I need to be able to talk to them. I need to be able to type stuff, okay? I see that y'all are watching. I don't know how to comment or view comments. If you aren't a member on the site, you won't be able to comment or view the comments. So that's why if you are in the Discord, then you should go ahead and do that. I'm trying to see how I can send y'all. Okay, hold up. Let me see if I can. All right. So I'm about to put this on the forum, okay? Discord link. And that way, you know, it's not. Paste. It's not letting me paste it. Child, let me go back to Discord and try to copy it again. Why must you make life hard for me? Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, nope, not that one. Sorry, you guys. Just give me a second because I want to see what y'all are saying. All right. So I added it to the general discussion. Let's see. Okay. So I added a Discord link to the forum for the general discussion for those of you who can get in there. But everybody else, you know, sorry. Y'all can comment on YouTube because I'll repost this on YouTube. You couldn't get into the Janet doc. It was boring. Okay, so I'm about to read y'all these notes. Rapid fire. Let's do it. Okay, so the parents were not abusive. They raised their kids like everybody else did. They wanted them to succeed. If it were not for Joe Jackson, none of this would have happened. Janet wanted to go to school and Joseph wanted her to sing. So your dad controlled you to the point that you had to go and get married to a drug addict in order to get away from him, but it wasn't abusive? No, that's not what that is? Okay. Okay, girl, if you say so. Her first few albums did not sell well. That's because her father was in control of her image in the song she was doing. It was a lot of pushback from Joe because he had a vision and Janet wanted to do her own thing. And that's why the first, real poppin' album was It's Time to Get Control. Okay? She felt stuck in that marriage, okay, and it seems to be the only option to get, she felt stuck, and marriage seems to be the only option to get out from under her father's thumb. Okay, enter James DeBarge. They got married in secret. They got married and then he disappeared for hours right after because he was somewhere getting high. Janet says that she somehow attracts drug addicts. Then she did the Fame series with Debbie Allen, okay, but she didn't really want to do that either. She became more worried about James and his drug habit. She would, be out working and then be out all night looking for him, trying to find out where he was, more worried about him than her actual career, okay? But eventually, she decided to go ahead and annul the marriage, and it only lasted less than a year. She felt like he took advantage of her innocence. I don't know if he took advantage of your innocence, ma'am, because weren't you also with Bobby Brown at that time? What innocence are we talking about, Janet? Because you're on bullshit. Innocence my ass. Innocence my ass, Janet. You saw him as a way out, just as he probably saw you as, some pretty young thing that's connected to a good family to marry and help get on. Like, come on. He used you to get on, and you used him to get away from Joe. Let's him acting like he took advantage of your innocence. Girl, don't do that. Don't do that, because Bobby said that you was fucking him. Meanwhile, married to James. So I don't know what she talking about, but I'm over her with the whispering innocence situation. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so then the secret baby rumors came out, and there was a lot of negativity. She says it wasn't true, but them damn kids look way too much like her for us to think that they're not. Honestly, because they brought up two girls. They showed us two girls, and both of them look like her, but I feel like the one that Reby is raising, it could go either way. It can go either way. It could be, and then they just don't want to talk about it now because, this is who she thinks her mom is. Why change that now? Or why make that public now and cause all of this, hoopla when we can just keep our shit to ourselves and keep y'all out of our business because we don't like that y'all be all in our business anyway. And we be all in their business, y'all, okay? But she says that she could never keep a child away from their father. That's a lie. That's a lie. And in all honesty, that would probably be the best thing for you to do is to keep your fucking kid away from James DeBarge, okay? First of all, James DeBarge was a drug addict. Second of all, James DeBarge was molested by his daddy and his brother, and that doesn't mean he was gonna do it to a child, but at the same time, come on now, if I was Janet, I probably would have been like, no, I think it's in my child's best interest not to have fucking James DeBarge as a father. No, I think that would be in their best interest, to have a more stable household and not have a parent that they're emotionally tied to that's out here possibly gonna be found with a needle in their arm one day. Fuck out of here. Two things can be true. She could totally feel it was not abuse, but the other kids could see it as abuse. Tracy, I don't believe that. I don't believe that because at the end of the day, Janet is a smart woman. She is a very smart woman. And I think you understand that at this day and age, a lot of what our parents did to us back in the day was fucking abuse. They didn't see it that way back then, and that's fine. But in 2022, to sit on Lifetime's television with that thick ass scarf around her neck and tell us that she did not view that shit as abuse, and then simultaneously tell us that she felt so stifled and controlled that she married a drug addict to get out of it. No, you felt like it was abuse. That's why you wanted to get away from your daddy. That's why you wanted to get away from him. Because if it wasn't abuse, if you didn't feel like anything was wrong with it, what you was trying to get away from him for? She could have possibly gotten pregnant and lost the baby as well. There are a lot of options here, okay? Anything could be true. Girl, it was a journey getting to this chat. Listen, I'm sorry. I know we're going to figure it out, y'all. We're going to get it together with this chat being more available during the live so you guys can comment on the videos while they're happening. Me and Q will be talking about that later. Okay. So yes, Joe Jackson. She says that things changed with her and Michael during the Thriller album. There was a shift happening. I think Michael's head was starting to get bigger and bigger. He was blowing up and it took a toll on his relationships. Yeah. And there were also people trying to create that separation. I mean, Bobby DeBarge was abusing fucking James, so unless he went through therapy, he was going to do something. I mean, Hannah. That's basically what I said. Enter Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis for the second album. She had to fire Joe as her manager so she could make her own decisions. So thank God you fired him because he probably wouldn't have let you work with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and they made some of the best music ever together. Okay, so she recorded the Control album. They bring in Paula Abdul for the choreography. Okay. All right. Child, y'all be playing the fuck out Paula Abdul sitting up here talking about, child, you just a racially ambiguous Latina bitch that they let into the industry, girl. You wasn't nothing special. They had black girls spinning on their fucking head back then that they wouldn't let in. Paula Abdul come out here with a chock, and y'all like, oh my God, she's amazing. I'm just playing. Anyway, I don't know that lady life. She could have been a shit. I mean, I know she was, but in a mediocre way. In a mediocre way, okay? Not in a Luann, like not in that way, okay? I didn't get the cat to the top, Debbie Allen from your girl Paula Abdul. But anyway, moving on from there. So Janet and Renee happened. Renee was a good friend of hers. He recorded her for the next decade of her life with a video camera. She went on tour, including Escape being, she went on tour, and that was an escape from being Michael's little sister. Hold up. Crazy girl who asked if Michael was baptized, sticking her head in Janet's car window. Oh, yeah. People were doing the most when she was touring, asking her about Michael. She's constantly being asked about Michael. Then the Rhythm Nation LP recording, we see Janet getting into it with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis because she doesn't have the right energy on the song. It was so funny. They showed us this clip, that they had recorded of them in the studio, and you could hear that she didn't have the energy that the song needed. And he was like, it's not it, bitch. You got to do it again. And she was, I'm tired of doing this again, Terry. Like, I've done this a million times, and I keep going in there, and you bob in your head, and I come out, and you say it's not good enough. It's not good enough, Janet. It doesn't have the energy that it needs. That's the truth. He was telling you the truth. Okay? He was telling you the truth. I'm sorry. It needed more energy, ma'am. Okay? Then Rhythm Nation happens. Michael is blowing up, and Janet does her tour and blows up even more. It is still the biggest debut tour ever, okay? Rhythm Nation. Girl, you better do it. Rhythm Nation is the only album to ever have 7 top 5 hits. Then there was a bidding war for Janet after that. Then Janet did Poetic Justice. Regina King says there was definitely some tension on set with Renee because it was obvious that Janet and Tupac was feeling each other. Who else think that Janet and Tupac fuck? I do. I really do. Then Renee directed the Again video. Never fall in love with you again. That was the shit. Okay. I heard from a friend today, and she said you were in town. Suddenly the memories come back flooding into my mind. How can I be strong and ask myself time and time again that I'll never fall in love with you again? That's the best I can do right now, girl. But y'all know that Poetic Justice album was everything, bitch. That's still one of my favorite soundtracks ever in life. Okay? So, let's see. Gary, what is the motto? Being so supportive, hands down, Janet Pence, they were married. Renee. Okay, my notes are fucked up right here. Renee also felt the need to control. Renee was also trying to control everything. Renee was trying to come up off of Janet's back. He was doing too much, okay? Then Renee was holding her titties on that Rolling Stone cover. And then that new Janet Jackson album came out, which was, I think, Velvet Rope, which was my shit. Things were more sexual, and Janet was humping people on stage, y'all. That's what Tiana Taylor gets all of that humping from. This phase of, y'all, I actually remember when the Velvet tour came out. Like, I was a kid, but I remember everybody talking about how they could not believe what Janet was doing on stage during the Velvet Rope tour, because my older cousins were huge fans of that album. And, you know, that was right in the neo-soul era, and Janet had come out with this pop but like eclectic type of neo soul thing. It was popping. It was really, really popping. But I remember the allure and just how huge the Velvet Rope album and tour was. Okay, so child, you had to be there. Janet was about to sign her $1 million deal with Coca-Cola when the first allegation came out about Michael Jackson, you know, playing with them little kids. She didn't believe it. She said, I do not believe that Michael could do something like that to anyone. And I said, yeah, but you told him to stop hanging around them fucking kids, and he kept hanging around them kids, correct? I don't think Michael did anything, y'all. I'm going to say that. I really don't, but I also think that Michael's relationships with children were inappropriate. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Michael, if people are accusing you of playing with kids, please stop having little kids as best friends at 35. Can you do us that favor? Can you befriend other child mind? Like, where's Mike Tyson? He's a kid in the brain. Be a friend with him. There were so many people that were childlike, that were adults in Hollywood, that were regressed and stuck in a place of being a child because they've been famous their whole life like you. Why could you not? Another thing, the kids. Why, like, I know the cousins and all of them and the nieces and the nephews was around and they never experienced that, but I really needed for somebody to be like, Michael, you can't have all these white kids around you all the time. Because we didn't see no black kids saying something happened to them. They were all little white kids. So it's like, Michael, at what point are we going to understand you got to stop hanging around all these white kids? What's wrong? What you don't get? And he didn't. Like, he didn't until, like, the end. Like, after what, the second or third allegation, then you finally decided to stop having all of these little BFFs walking with you everywhere that were, like, 11, 12, 13 years old. Come on, like, that shit annoys me. And then the fact that you don't even really speak about, we had conversation, like nothing in depth about any of this. Then we get to Michael and Janet doing the Scream video in the song, which is my shit. You gotta prove you're right. Oh, yeah, that's the shit. I'm sorry. Such confusion. Don't it make you want to scream? Make you want to scream. All that grabbing dick and shit. Michael was grabbing his dick so many times in that video. Stop pressuring me. Just stop fucking with me. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to do it. It's the shit. Make me want to scream. So she said that during the video shoot, the record company was trying to create a competition between Janet and Michael, which is ridiculous. After that, their relationship wasn't the same, even more so. He had people around him that separated him from his family, and that's when the shift started to happen even more so. They went on a trip to Hawaii, talking about her and Renee. Renee was recording the whole time, annoying the shit out of everyone. He developed the pill habit right before the Velvet Rope tour started. He always wanted her to look like her videos. And she couldn't do shit. She couldn't do shit because he would never just allow her to be. He was being a Joe, so she had to let him go too. Janet had issues with her weight, and Renee would constantly make comments about her weight, telling her to watch her weight, which is probably why Jermaine Dupri was such a breath of fresh air. Somebody that wasn't trying to control her. Somebody that was just allowing her to be as she wanted to be. Michael also made comments about her weight when she was a kid and he was a teenager. And when she was on Good Times, they used to tape her boobs and all of that type of shit, which is so weird. Then she and Renee got a divorce. Of course, he wanted his share, and she had to give it to him because it wasn't like he didn't work for it. Then Jermaine Dupri happened, and Janet they started dating. She was much, much happier at that point. Can I also say that I think, like, nobody wants to talk about if there was any sexual abuse. Nobody wants to talk about that in their family, but I believe that there was some, if you ask me, because it's just something. It's something, y'all. It's something. And I'm not saying it was the parents or anything, but it just feels like y'all left way too much room in that industry when them kids was young. Like, Joe was there, but he wasn't. We saw that in a movie, that I just kind of feel like they left too much room open and something happened because there's an energy around everybody that something is just wrong. Like, something is amiss, something is off about it. We're going to find out when everybody dead probably, okay? You know, it'll finally come out what happened. But something happened because Michael feels like somebody that was abused. Janet feels like somebody that was abused, okay? And then you got Michael commenting on Janet's body, which I think is so weird considering their age difference. And I say that because, like, even my cousins, I don't remember them saying nothing about my body. My uncles and shit always had to mention when you were getting fat or something because they're weird and something's wrong with them. But like my cousins, my brother especially, but my brother's like 15 years older than me. But I never heard them commenting on my body. My dad never commented on my body. Like, nobody ever commented on my body that was like in my family like that. Like my uncles and shit, yeah. But the other men in my family, my grandfather, my dad, my brother, my boy cousins, like nobody ever commented on my body like that. So whenever I hear that, I think something is amiss. That's how I feel. I'm sorry, because I think that's weird that Michael would make comments. Not saying that he did anything, but it just means that he's paying attention to it in a way that I think he should not be. Why are you commenting on Janet's body and calling her animals and all of that to talk about, you know, how big she is? Obviously, something put in their minds about expectations of what they're supposed to look like. Janet and Jermaine will probably get back together in a few years. Hopefully, the dad hurt the kids both mentally and physically. That is why they're all whitewashed. Their family changed their facial features. Yes, they definitely did the nose jobs. Nobody discussed that on the show either. And who that was? Somebody posted about Michael Jackson vitiligo, saying that everybody thought he was lying, trying to basically guilt everybody because we thought he was lying. You know, I never not wanted to be black. Okay, so why do you have white people hair? Why do you keep getting nose jobs? Can you explain that to us? You can have vitiligo, my nigga. That's cool. We get that. Okay, we get that. And I didn't realize it was true because back in the day, they never showed us pictures of him looking spotted the way you see these pictures online now of him looking all spotted and shit. And you actually being able to see as the years go on how his color was just, you know, dissipating in spots over time. And you didn't see that back then. When he was alive, we never saw evidence of that shit as far as I was concerned. I never saw pictures of that until now. And then, like I said, the wigs, the white woman wigs, the nose jobs until there was no nose left. The fuck are y'all talking about? There were so many other things that were anti-black about Michael Jackson that would make us think he didn't want to be black at some point. So don't sit up here and try to make everybody seem like, oh, they were so fucked up when we have literally two different versions of Michael, the black one and the white one. We literally have a black Michael and a white Michael with picture reference. And it's not just about the skin tone. It wasn't just about the skin tone, y'all. We all know that. Child, he used to say he had vitiligo back then, but nobody believed it because we never really saw it. We always see him with makeup on, so nobody would see those splotches. And back then in 4x3, the definition of television and all of that, it wasn't that great. But now we find these pictures of him where you could see it bleeding through the makeup and all of that. And I'm like, why would you never see that shit back in the day? Anyway, y'all, so we get to 2004, the Super Bowl. Janet told Justin not to make a statement because they were all blaming her anyway. It's like, why are you falling on a sword for this white man? At the same time, Michael is still going through pedophile cases. Then she was invited to the Grammys. Jermaine resigned from the board. Oh, yeah, no, she was uninvited. I'm sorry. She was uninvited to the Grammys after the Super Bowl situation, and then Jermaine resigned from the board when they did that, Jermaine Dupri. Janet said her and Justin are friends and they always will be. That's bullshit to me. I don't know why you allowed for everybody to basically, here's the thing. Whenever black people decide to jump in front of a bullet for somebody white, I never understand why, because white people would never get the same amount of backlash. They won't get the same criticism. They won't get the same negativity. So explain to me why you are stepping in front of a bullet for somebody that will literally pull up a white shield when the bullet comes at them. So I never understand why this happens, but it happens often enough when I think about Lil Twist. You know what I'm saying? And now thinking about you standing in front of a bullet for fucking Justin Timberlake, all for him to make an album in camo. Girl, I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't. Okay? So after that, Janet said her and Justin are friends. They will always be. They're over it. So everybody else needs to get over it too. Child, we over it. As long as you over them blackballing your career and stunting your career. I'm so glad that you were already Janet Jackson by the time 2004 came along. Because if you were somebody that was not already cemented into the culture at that point, that could have ruined your career for the rest of your fucking life. It just so happens that they did that to somebody who essentially was already embedded in the culture that, you know, there was really nothing that they could do. They blackballed her for sure. But what I mean is that for black people, as long as Janet was doing something, black people was going to be paying attention because she's Janet. Everybody knows that. Okay? But you notice there's a difference between how her music was promoted and how her business was handled thereafter. There hasn't been anything as successful since. Okay? Janet did, then she started acting right after Jermaine started cheating on her. And he was a workaholic. Everybody was acting like they couldn't believe Jermaine Dupri cheated on Janet. She was lying because in the Oprah interview, she said she was mad at him. Yeah, she was mad at him, but she want everybody to get over it now. That's why she don't want to say she was mad. That's why she doesn't want to relive it. But that made the documentary ass. It made it trash because we wanted you to speak on things and give your perspective and how you felt at that time. And now you're just sitting here, you know, I don't know, like kind of with this cognitive dissonance, like, it, you know, it happened, but it didn't really happen. There are not really any emotions. I'm kind of high. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Weed high, of course, you guys. But I don't know what's going on with Janet, even in this documentary. It didn't give us any real tea at all, and I don't get it. We all knew Jermaine started cheating on you. And y'all, show me a beautiful woman and I'll show you a man that's tired of fucking her. Like, that's a true statement for a lot of people. It doesn't matter how amazing you feel someone is. When somebody is in a relationship with them, they become a regular person like everybody else. And what happens in regular relationships? Sometimes people get tired of each other. Sometimes people get bored. And if you do get bored and you're a musician and you have women throwing pussy at you all the time, especially because you're with Janet Jackson, and that was what Jermaine said, that being with her meant more women were coming at him. So it became harder to resist when, you know, you look like Jermaine Dupri and you're used to everybody being like, no, thank you. You know? So that doesn't surprise me. I don't know why everybody was so shocked by that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Beyonce been cheated on. Bondi, you know how much the industry controlled the narrative before social media. Yeah, no, they still do to some extent. But you know, what I mean is that I don't think black people ever looked at Janet Jackson like she was in the wrong for that. And I also don't feel like black people ever tripped out about somebody seeing a fucking nipple. Everybody in the Super Bowl has a nipple. Everybody that's watching the Super Bowl has a nipple. What is the fucking problem with everybody seeing a nipple? Y'all lost y'all damn minds as if y'all weren't pushing black women's titties into y'all white children's mouths a few years ago. Like, the hypocrisy and condemnation is just ridiculous. Anyway, moving on from there, Janet had a baby. She went through several different doctors and a lot of IVF to get her little boy. Then Joe died in 2017, I think. She didn't mention the husband who she was married to at all. I don't know why, but it kind of felt like if you weren't going to be honest about that relationship at all, why do this now? Janet gets inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2019 thanks to Questlove. That's what made me feel like that's what this documentary was for. This documentary was about that and nothing else. It was about her being, because that's when they started taping it, right? In 2019. So that makes me, because that was right before. So yeah, 2019 is probably when they had the idea and, you know, signed the paperwork and it was greenlit to go for the documentary, because she had been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And by the time we release it in 2022, nobody gives a fuck about it. You done did all of this pubbing for it, all of this marketing, all for it to be boring and give us absolutely nothing. And it was so well watched because everybody loves Janet and thought they were going to be giving some real tea. But the reviews have not been good, at least not on my end. I watch wrestling. I see nipples all the time. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Okay? So moving on from that, did she mention the half-sister she called Joe to come check because she was on Janet's side of town? Child, no. They cut commercials so fast once that nipple came out. She can't talk about her husband because they're in the process of getting a divorce. She might have signed an NDA, which is why she shouldn't have did the documentary if she wasn't going to talk about shit. Wait till that nigga die. Like everybody else do. I was just disappointed. Y'all. But that's all I got to say about it. That's my little, review of Janet Jackson's documentary on Lifetime, girl. I give those titties 2 thumbs down. So let's go ahead and move on to my last 2 topics before I go ahead and get out of here because we've been on here for a long time, child. Safari, y'all remember Safari got robbed in what that was, like 2018? He got robbed. Well, the robber has been convicted of 2 counts of first-degree robbery and charged with weapons possession, resisting arrest while avoiding conspiracy and violating weapons permits charges. They're giving him at least 25 years in jail, y'all. 25 years in jail for robbing Safari. The robbing was actually on video, even though you couldn't really make out anybody's face. But either way, the sad part is that the only reason he's doing 25 years is because he was offered a plea deal to only do 7 years, and he decided to take it to trial. So I was just like, wow. That's a lot of time for a robbery. 30 years, ain't nobody dead. 25, y'all really need to do something, because I personally feel like nobody should be going to jail for 25 years if nobody's dead. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Nobody should be going to jail for 25 years if nobody's dead or nobody was raped. Those are the only times I feel like people should do 25 years or more, is in those instances, because you never get over being assaulted. And once you're dead, your life is gone. So, yeah. But I really did think this was messed up. But I don't know what son thought. And I'm wondering what was involved in the plea deal. They didn't say on TMZ.com, but I'm very much wondering what was a part of that plea deal, because that might have been the reason why. But either way, y'all, that's too much time to spend in jail over a robbery, over some jewelry that the insurance company gonna take care of. I'm just saying. So let's move on from there. I just wanted to give y'all a little update on that because somebody posted it. Safari look good right here. Y'all, let's go ahead and talk about Wendy. So, y'all, why are they trying to fuck over Wendy Williams like this? So New details have been revealed concerning Wendy Williams. The Jasmine brand has obtained court documents in which Wendy Williams is demanding a bank give her access to her finances. Specifically, the 57-year-old talk show host has filed legal documents trying reportedly to get Wells Fargo to unfreeze her accounts as bank suspects, okay? Financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. That's what they're citing as the reason for them freezing her accounts. According to reports, she has been unable to access her account for more than 2 weeks. Wendy is reportedly asking the court for an emergency order, claiming that the bank is in possession of several millions of dollars worth of funds. So why was Wendy allegedly locked out of her own bank account? According to court documents and her attorney, Wendy's former financial advisor advised the bank that Wendy was of unsound mind, among other things. Meanwhile, the petition claims that Wells Fargo has justified its decision to keep her from her accounts by referencing its authority under various client agreements to pause or reject instructions for a proposed transaction pending judicial or administrative remedies should they suspect financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. Her legal team's defense is reportedly that the talk show host hasn't done anything to give Wells Fargo the discretion to pause or reject access to the accounts. The court docs state that Wendy is suffering imminent and irreparable financial damage. They want to regain her account while this dispute is resolved in arbitration, and they're asking for this to be done within 48 hours, okay? So Wendy nor her team have yet to provide an update on her condition. She has yet to return to her talk show. Tisa from Tisa Tells basically said that the word on the curb is that Wendy is doing better. Okay, her legal team's defense is reportedly that the talk show host hasn't done, right, I read that part. Yeah, so they're saying that she's getting better and that this woman who was in charge of her accounts was actually fired. So I don't know how this woman was still able to go in and take advantage and shut down Wendy's accounts. And then the fact that there was no checks and balances, like how is this able to just be done? Girl, I would never sign a piece of paper. Girl. This should let y'all know something. Don't sign no piece of paper that allows the bank to freeze your assets if they suspect that you might have dementia, the truth, or have some type of mental incapacity. That is so fucked up that they were able to do that. I really hope that Wendy is able to get her money back, but that's some bullshit. That is crazy. That shit, that make me want to move my money out of Wells Fargo. I don't trust y'all. They always on some bullshit. They're trying to humiliate Wendy. She may have done bad things to others, but it's too much. Y'all, I want everybody to recognize that the thing that everybody thinks is so fucked up about Wendy is her telling the truth about celebrities' tea. I don't recall many times when Wendy was up there lying on people. I just want to say that. Anytime Wendy got up there to talk some shit, it seemed like the shit she was talking was true. And honestly, I don't necessarily see truth teller on my list of, most fucked up people. Yeah, you may not like it. It may not be done in the best way. But that doesn't mean somebody, like y'all act like Wendy is worse than like Russell Simmons or somebody. Like people that have been out here like using their position to assault women and, affect the culture in a way that perpetuates rape culture. Like those types of things are way more detrimental to our society than Wendy Williams spraying people about cheating on their spouse or being drug addicts. Shit that all eventually comes out in the wash anyway, whether it's her or somebody else. But y'all want to view her as the downtrodden of society, I guess. I don't know. Wendy isn't doing anything. Right now, Wendy isn't doing anything. But I damn sure feel like Wendy needs to put her money in a mattress. Because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But anyway, you guys, I did see that y'all posted in the Discord that Columbus Short was arrested. I'm going to read this to you guys, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here because I have to watch more of Cosby in preparation for me and Niecy's show tonight, okay? So Columbus Short arrested. Actor and Scandal star Columbus Short has been arrested once again for domestic violence. Law enforcement tells TMZ cops say they were called to a home in the San Fernando Valley Wednesday night around 10:30 p.m. over a verbal argument between Short and his wife that allegedly became physical. When police arrived, we're told Columbus claimed his wife punched him in the face, but he had no marks. Cops say they then spoke to his wife and noticed a minor injury. Even though we're told the injury did not require medical attention, cops arrested Short for felony domestic violence. Felony because of the injury. The cops noticed slight injury, even though they were told the injury did not require medical attention. Cops arrested. That seems, I don't know, y'all. Anyway, this isn't the first time Columbus has had issues with his wife. Back in 2018, that's probably why they arrested his ass. Because back in 2018, he was arrested for domestic violence and ended up pleading no contest, serving 34 days behind bars. Why would he call the police? Like, if you know when they come, they're going to arrest and charge what he says they haven't charged him yet. But they're going to arrest your ass because you're the one with the history of violence. Like, why are you calling the police on your wife? Why not just leave the premises? It just doesn't even make any sense, y'all. I don't even know if I'm going to be reviewing. I don't know if he's married to a white woman. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be reviewing the Power Show. I don't know. But I'm going to watch. But either way, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this first live on BondyBlueShow.com, my website. I hope everybody subscribes and becomes members so that I don't have to be so dependent on YouTube anymore. And we're going to keep, upgrading and making things better over here for you guys. Thank y'all so much for your participation in the forums. That has been amazing. That really made me feel better about all of this. So I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for, getting in the Discord and talking to me while we were doing this so that I can see you guys. And me and Q are going to work on that. But I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here today. And for everybody that's watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Y'all make sure y'all sign up for the website. I'll see y'all later.